This is the fourth part, or the fourth video of working on the Canter online here. And so it's been about a week since the last video, and you get to see the progression of how we're going along. You know, each week, you know, I've been working with him every day on it. He's getting better. It's not perfect by any means, but I just want to show you how we're starting to leave the corner now, and we're going on out into the center of the arena. And we just go over the same things that we've been going over in the past. Is, can he go out? And can I get a nice circle going? Get a nice trot circle. And what he's been doing is, at the trot, he's gotten to where he's maintaining the trot pretty nice, but he'll kind of pull on me and want to drag me around almost. And so we just went through the video of how to get your horse to come off of the line, and that's really helped him. And that's the kind of the stage we're at now, is getting the trot even better. And then can we get to where the canter, so there, he didn't ask. I'll set it up. I want to slow that trot down again because he's a little fast. I do that by putting a little feel on the line, and so he picked up the wrong lead, and then I'm going to ask him to go again and get nice and soft. That's the Canter online's been a challenge for him, that picking up the correct lead, I should say. He tends to crossfire, pick up the wrong lead, so it's taking quite a bit of time. Every horse this is different with. Some horses in a week they've got this down and it's working really well. Other horses can take quite a while. This is a month going here now. So we just take the time it takes for him. Because I asked the canter, now the trots, he started to kind of lean on me again. So I have to wait on him. Not bad. Set up, and again, counter canter, see if he will fix it, but he's actually maintaining. So that's not too bad. Now I have to go with him here, and he's leaning on me more than I eventually want, but I'm not going to get upset with that right now, because if I get after him to say quit leaning on me, it's just going to stop him. So I rather him to know that he can keep the canter going, and we'll get him to come off that line here in a bit. So we'll go off just like at the trot. In the beginning I had to walk around a lot with him. He was kind of dragging me around, and now I can stand still with it. So the same thing will happen at the canter. As you develop the rhythm and the balance and the strength, this gets easier and easier for your horse. So in the beginning we're really working on the rhythm, and now we're asking for a little, he's developing a little more balance with it, and he's getting stronger, so it's getting easier. So we'll set up, and now before he breaks gait, if I can, if he's able, or if he should keep going, before he breaks, can I say, can you keep going? Just by a little lift in my energy, a little lift with the crop to say keep going. There he kind of, I really shouldn't have asked him to keep going, because he switched and his feet were kind of going all over the place. So sometimes it's not appropriate to keep asking him to go. But if everything's going well and you see him going, oh, I want to slow down, but you're not ready for him to slow down, just say, oh, let's keep going. And this is a delicate balance between asking enough and not asking too much. Because you ask too much, too quickly gets them worried. If you don't ask enough, they canter 2 strides and they stop. So we keep developing that. It's crossfiring, can I help them? And he gets a little worried, and then I ask him on again. It's like it's no big deal. Yeah. And so his feet are still kind of all over the place. He gets to the open area here, he switches because he's cross-firing when he starts off. So I'm just gonna see if we can't get a canter, a clean canter. Hey, little bit. And then we help him. See, he's gotten a little worried, so now we have to go back to saying, can we just trot? Can you stay with me? And get the rhythm back. And just keep helping them. And that's that balance point of, if you start asking too much and he starts falling apart, go back to something he knows. And keep developing the rhythm, their balance, and their strength. What part of that is missing is what we're looking for. So what I'm seeing with him is it's more in the rhythm and the balance, the mental balance. He's mentally still kind of gets bothered. You know, as soon as I ask it a little bit firmer, then he's like, I don't know if I can handle it. And then we have to go back to lots of trotting, preparing him, setting him up. And he kind of picked up the wrong lead. So we set it up again. When he was getting to where he really wasn't paying attention to my lift and to my ask. Now the other thing here is we're reaching a point of diminishing returns. And what I mean by that is if I were to keep going, odds are it's going to keep going, getting worse and worse. Because he's getting tired, and the more tired they get, he's losing his strength. He's mentally, that makes him mentally more anxious. So with working on the canter, that is a huge piece. Is you usually only have a certain amount of time, and you're going to work with it. And if you get something pretty good, and then you're like, oh, let me try a little more, and it starts to go downhill, and you see it going down pretty quick, I would quit. I'd quit before, or go back to something that's simple and just finish with that. Because if you keep asking with the canter, if I keep asking with him, odds are is it's going to get a little worse and a little worse, because he's like, oh, I just can't do it, I'm tired. And then he feels like he's making the wrong decisions, And then we tend to get frustrated or like, well, hey, why can't you do it? You've already done it. And so we push a little more than we should. So I find it's better just to find a good place for him, quit him, and then you can come back to it tomorrow and he'll be better, instead of making it where you keep going and then you come back tomorrow and he's worried about the canter. So we don't want to put him in a worried place. We want to help him to continue to grow with it. And this is just a progression. What we've covered over these 4 videos is just keep working on those elements, those pieces, developing it along, bring them along, and before you know it, your horses are going to be cantering around you really nicely. So we thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one.